After King Vegeta and Bardock had gotten rid of all of Frieza's soldiers, Goku and Vegeta were finally in front of Frieza's ship. So they would say to him, "Come out of there, Frieza. I know you're in there." At that moment, the soldiers would report this to Frieza, and he would come out a little upset. "So it was you who was causing so much trouble. I see that if you were children, what a nuisance to have such a despicable army. How did you allow these children to arrive?" Frieza would realize that one of them was the son of King Vegeta. "Vegeta, what a surprise. I wonder why you've done all this. Did your father give you permission to come here?" King Vegeta would arrive just at that moment, and he would tell Frieza, "That's right, I gave him that order. But not only did I tell him to come, I also ordered him to kill you." Frieza wouldn't stop laughing when he heard these words from King Vegeta. "But what are you telling me? Do you want to see your son die? Did you get bored from him, or what happened, King Vegeta?" "I didn't get bored of him, Frieza. I got bored of you, of your stupid orders, of doing everything you say. I'm fed up. The only thing I want to see is you dead." "I'm surprised of you, King Vegeta. Someone who never disrespected me before. I never thought that you'd reveal yourself to me. I see. So it happened sooner than I thought. These Saiyans just bit my hand before disappearing. But well, that doesn't mean a problem, so I'll advance what I had planned." Bardock would seriously tell him, "Yes, I know, Frieza. You thought we wouldn't notice. We knew you wanted to exterminate us. Too bad your plan went down the drain." "But how smart you are, Saiyan. You're not as stupid as I thought. Once in a while, they can be very intuitive. But they really are being annoying." Frieza would send his two elite warriors, Zarbon and Dodoria, to annihilate King Vegeta and Bardock, so they would obey the order and try to attack these Saiyans. But Frieza would tell him not to kill them yet. Frieza would get up from his seat saying, "Grab them. I want them to see how I kill their children in front of them, so they'll regret what they have done." Dodoria and Zarbon would grab the arms of King Vegeta and Bardock without them being able to let go, making them remain as spectators to what was about to happen. Frieza would stand in front of Goku and Vegeta, while Bardock and King Vegeta were trying to get out of the arms of those soldiers. But superiority of these two soldiers was evident. Both Saiyans only had to observe. Frieza would smile, saying, "I didn't think I'd have to kill you myself, Vegeta. You had always been somewhat rebellious, but your loyalty was always present. You were the guy I least expected this, although I should have guessed that your selfishness would lead you here. I know that inside you can't stand to see your father prostrated before me, a king prostrated before a tyrant like me. That must hurt you. You have a great anger accumulated towards me, although I hoped that this moment would never happen, since the end of your race was imminent before that happened. But I see that things got a little out of my hands. Although I must say I'm surprised. You're brave to come here with them, knowing the power I have. You have guts, boy. But I regret this ends this way for you. You will perish. You had died later, since I will make you suffer, just like that boy named Kakarot." Frieza would lift Vegeta by the neck with his tail, telling him, "I want to see your scarred face, kid." Vegeta, taking advantage of the proximity, would tell him, "Remember that legend you were so afraid of? Your biggest fear, Frieza? You know what I mean?" Vegeta would say, who at the same time would give him a strong blow to his head to Frieza, making him let go when he receives the impact. Frieza would stay confused. "What do you mean, kid? What the hell are you talking about? I'm not afraid of anything." Frieza would laugh, but suddenly he would notice that something was changing in Vegeta. "Frieza, I'm what you feared most. You don't know how I wanted to see your face right now." The color of Vegeta's hair was starting to change, something like a yellowish tone. Frieza, surprised, would say, "No, it can't be." "Yes, Frieza, it's the Super Saiyan," Vegeta would say with a big smile. The soldier, somewhat confused, would say, "Just change the color of his hair. It's not that big of a deal. I'll see in the scouter what his power level is." This would turn on the device to measure the power of Vegeta, observing that the numbers that appeared on the screen did not stop ascending at a great speed. The device, after a few seconds, would break because it couldn't detect so much power, since those numbers don't change, even on the screen. "Damn it, can't be. Can't even measure his power. Seems that he really is strong, that boy." The other soldiers would also realize this, leaving them dumbfounded. Frieza would get upset, saying, "Idiots are surprised by some simple numbers. What a disappointment. I'll kill them for being cowards." Frieza at that moment would be ready to attack Vegeta, trying to hit him with a blow, which Vegeta would stop with a finger. Goku, who was watching this, would say, "Leave me some fun for later. Shut up, Kakarot, don't bother." Vegeta would take Frieza's arm to try to throw him, but Frieza, before being thrown out, would take Vegeta's foot and retake the fight doing the same move, throwing Vegeta against some rocks. Frieza would take this moment to launch multiple attacks to Vegeta, filling the place with stardust. King Vegeta had seen this and would say, "No, Vegeta! My son, it can't be. I put my trust in you, Vegeta!" The King of the Saiyans had said this, thinking that his son Vegeta had died. Frieza couldn't stop laughing. "It seems that I was too strong. I annihilated him very fast. Pity. I thought to make him suffer more. I hope that he's repenting in hell for what he did." Goku, seeing the reaction of the others, would say, "How naive. They really believe that he died." Frieza would feel a hand on his shoulder, and he would hear, "What an idiot you are, Frieza." It was Vegeta who had not received a single scratch for this. Frieza's face of happiness and laughter had faded into a face completely dumbfounded by the situation, since no one before had been able to survive those attacks. Damn it, I must really start to worry. I don't know how we got all that power from nothing. Frieza would try to hit Vegeta with his elbow as he was in a strategic position, since Vegeta was right behind his arm. So Frieza would try to hit his stomach, but when he did this, he only felt his arm brush against nothing. "But how?" said Frieza, who would turn around after having tried to hit him by surprise, seeing that there was absolutely nobody behind him. But he would look up, and there was Vegeta. Although it was already too late, because Vegeta at that moment was about to hit Frieza in the head with both hands, which would hit the tyrant's head, making him crash against the ship, thus destroying it in half. This blow had been very hard for Frieza, since it was hard for him to get up. He had some clear wounds on his face, so he would say, "This can't be happening to me. I'm being humiliated by a Saiyan boy. It must be a nightmare only." "No, Frieza, it's not a nightmare. It's a reality for you. You should have annihilated us long before, Frieza." "Shut up, you stupid boy. I have to use all my power." "Use all you want, Frieza." At that moment, Frieza would start to increase all his power. Dodoria was very surprised. "Impressive. I never thought that the great Frieza would try to use all his power. This is a unique moment in history. I've never seen him use all his strength. It'll be splendid to see it with my own eyes." At that moment, Frieza had reached his last phase, making his power feel quite strong. The inhabitants of the planet Vegeta noticed that a fight was going on above them. They realized that it was about Frieza. Recently, Bardock had told another Saiyan about what Frieza was planning to do. "I don't know what you're planning to do, Bardock, but I hope it's worth it, because I can sense the anger of the great Frieza." All the Saiyans who had noticed that someone was fighting against Frieza shouted to please end Frieza's life, although those who were above didn't hear them due to their great height. So all the Saiyans were aware of everything that was happening. Meanwhile, Frieza with all his power would try to grab Vegeta with his tail, and would grab his left leg, whipping him with all the rocks scattered in the air. At the same time, he would give him an infinity of blows, which Vegeta would not dodge. Frieza would take Vegeta by the head, and with his arm, he would try to pierce Vegeta's stomach. But Vegeta managed to take your arm and would try to move it away from his stomach. But that was becoming very complicated. Frieza was getting closer and closer to his stomach, and Vegeta was starting to feel Frieza's nails dig into his skin, which would reach to penetrate his hands a little. But suddenly, Goku would arrive and he would kick Frieza into the face. "Vegeta, you're an idiot! If it weren't for me, you were going to die. Damn Kakarot, why are you interfering? I was going to manage by myself, insect." "No, Vegeta, you're overconfident. That's why Frieza almost ended your life. I wouldn't let you keep fighting. Your thirst for revenge has blinded you. You're a fool." "I said shut up, you insect! Leave me alone!" "I'm sorry, Vegeta, for doing this." At that moment, Goku would use the Red God in an instant, and without Vegeta, could hardly notice. Goku would give him a blow in the face that would leave him unconscious, making him fall to where the Saiyans were watching, who would take him to heal him. Meanwhile, the soldiers, King Vegeta, Bardock, and Frieza were stunned to see how Kakarot with a single blow had knocked Vegeta down. They would notice that his hair was now turning into a scarlet red color. Goku would stare at Frieza and tell him, "This is the power of a god. I'll be the one to finish you. Vegeta already had enough fun beating you, and I realize that it's already boring to fight you. I've already fought you several times, and I think I've enjoyed it enough. So I'll finish you right away, once and for all. Won't beat around the bush." "But what are you saying, kid? You're just another talker, like that useless Vegeta. You think you intimidate me with that new hair color? Don't be naive, kid." Frieza at that moment would raise his right hand, making a red sphere form until it became huge. "I'll finish you off once and for all of you insects." Frieza would launch this energy, but Goku wouldn't even move. This energy would advance toward Goku, who wouldn't move a single muscle. The immense red sphere would stop, only when it had contacted with the Saiyan. Frieza would see this, saying, "What the hell's going on? Why isn't it advancing? It seems as if it had only stopped." Goku would raise his hands to take that energy and compress it, making it small in his hands. So with one finger, he would throw it to Frieza, and it would go at a supersonic speed. so Frieza didn't even have time to dodge it. So he would receive it completely full, leaving him more hurt. Damn it, Saiyan! You've hit me! Frieza would attack him with different blows to Goku, but these seemed to do absolutely nothing to the Saiyan. Goku, with a blast of air made with his hands, would make Frieza shoot out of there, crashing against one of his soldiers. Frieza noticed that he couldn't do anything against that Saiyan, so he chose to do something very dirty. But meanwhile, in another place, Beerus was sleeping as usual at that time. But Whis would wake him up earlier than he had planned, making the god of destruction, Beerus, very angry. Damn you, why are you waking me up right now? I told you to wait a few more years. What's with that, you fool? Lord Beerus, didn't you feel it? What are you talking about, Whis? Sir, that warrior has woken up.